Let's talk about the magic sauce on any musical production. Saturation is a subtle, maybe not so subtle king of the mix. And in this video, we'll go over what it is and how to use it. Let's go. Hi, I'm Dariana Everett. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and RIC graduate. Saturation or harmonic distortion, we maybe don't know what it is, how it's made, but majority of the time, it just somehow sounds better. It gives a sense of warmth to the tone. It creates a harmonious presence. It helps items cut through the mix, and it glues things together. When talking about audio, is a combination of compression and distortion, which is created by overloading physical components of an electrical system. Simplest example of that is tape saturation. We have all heard songs from the 70s. And let's be real, they just sound better. That's for many reasons. One of them being tape. How this works is entirely a result of how a tape machine works. Tape reels themselves are covered in iron oxide and are then run through a series of magnetic heads, one that erases, one that records, and one that plays back. As the tape is recorded onto, the iron oxide then reassembles to be able to play back the sounds. There is a limit to each type of tape and the strength and cleanliness of the magnets. You get saturation when you near the limit of the tape and then push into it, meaning the amplitude or the volume of the recorded audio pushes into the threshold limit of the tape. So during the recording process, if the magnetic field is too strong, there will be not enough magnetic particles in the tape to capture the entire signal, causing less energy to be reproduced upon playback and harmonic distortion to be heard. The cool thing is this is more like a compressor rather than the hard ceiling of a limiter, in the sense that you have a soft knee around the threshold that allows you to push the amount of compression, saturation you're adding to the sound. Saturation is a form of distortion, which is simply the altering of a shape of a waveform, which creates different tonality from that of the original waveform. We'll go over all the different types of distortion in the next video, so stay tuned for that. This type of saturation we also call harmonic saturation or harmonic distortion. So what are harmonics? Harmonics are pure tones that are multiples of the fundamental tone. So in other words, we have the fundamental, which is the first frequency, bass frequency, or root note. Then we have the second harmonic, which is the fundamental doubled, which is always an octave. And then we have the third harmonic, which is the fundamental tripled, and fourth frequency, and so on and so forth. So you have the fundamental, and then you multiply it for your harmonics. But since frequency is on a logarithmic scale, we end up with not just octaves, but many different notes that then add color and richness to the sound. For instance, we have a sine wave. This will just be the fundamental frequency. Whereas if we have a guitar, piano, or voice, it'll be rich with harmonics. Along with modulation, this is also the basis of additive synthesis. You can have even and odd harmonics. Evens will feel a bit more cold, and odds will feel warmer, and you can have a combination of both. Now, there are many types of saturation. You will have many based off of tape machines. This will be warm and will give you odd harmonics, which are very pleasing to the ear. You will have audio transformers, vacuum tubes, which you find in mics, line level gain staging, amplifiers, and this will add even and odd harmonics. Transistors within components, odd harmonics, and all the emulation plugins you can dream of. How to use harmonic saturation? If you want to thicken up and add sparkle to your sound. You will help a bass cut through on some small speakers to help your voice shine through a mix. Use a board or heat in Pro Tools. This will emulate the color of harmonic saturation a board will give you, by each channel's harmonic distortion being compounded over the entire mix, which is how, with working with certain boards, you'll get a certain iconic sonic character. So here's a pro tip. If you have a bass that is low and sounds great in your big speakers but doesn't cut through your mix, or vocals that are dull, try playing with even and odd harmonics, and pretty soon you'll be able to see how through building harmonics, these sounds will start to pop and cut through your mix. Here are some of my favorite plugins for harmonic saturation: the FabFilter Saturn, the J37 Abbey Road tape from Waves, and Shep's Omnichannel. Well, I hope today's video helped you with harmonic saturation. It's one of these amazing kings of a mix. Really don't hear it's mystical, but kind of like the unicorn of your mix. It'll come in and just make it all more magical. You do want to make sure that you don't overdo it, but when you do just the right amount, chef's kiss. It is so good. Next video is all on distortion, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye!